Hey there, I'm Ken. This is Canadian Retro Things. Welcome. I am going to continue testing out that computer that was so generously donated to the channel. And something I didn't look at last time was something that I think is unique. That's right, I was talking to Robin over at 8-Bit Show and Tell, and we were talking about that package that I received, and apparently there was something in there that I just glossed over that is fairly unique. So we're going to take a look at that after I finish doing a little bit of cleaning to the computer, and then I've got a few further tests I also want to do on it just for the sake of completeness. Now, before we go any further, I just want to mention that I recently started up a Patreon for the channel. So if you're interested in helping the channel out with a monthly donation, then you can take a look at that Patreon. The link is in the description. All right, on to the computer. Well, I have this computer apart, and I do have to say, of all the computers that I've worked on over the last few years, retro computers obviously, this is probably one of the cleanest. A few cobwebs, a few little scuffs here and there. But this one is actually going to be quite easy to clean. Of course, on these, the worst part about cleaning them is the little channel that's running all along here. Yeah, see, that's the dirty part. Pretty easy to clean that though. You just paper towel in, use your fingernail. Normally when I'm cleaning these I have to soak them in some soapy water and do all this, but yeah, this one is definitely a lot easier. As a matter of fact, I think probably mostly I'm not going to have to use anything but a little bit of Windex. And also, I think this is the very first VIC-20 I've ever owned where pretty much all of the stems and everything are intact. A little bit of a crack in that one, but it's still intact. Now, with the keyboard itself, it's just a little bit dusty, so I'm just going to give it a wipe down. Well, there's a little schmutz on a couple of the keys, so the board is nice and clean. Just a little bit of air to and last but not least is the bottom part, which is definitely the dirtiest. It's got a few dead bugs in it. One little bit of rust there. Now, there is a tiny little bit of rust on this metal plate for the back, but doesn't look like there's anything too bad. I mean, I'm not going to take it off right now because there's no problem with the board, so everything seems to be working just fine. I've been playing a few games on it lately, of course. Since I got it, I've been putting it through its paces, testing it. And so far, not a single problem. Now there's a few little speckles of something on the back, so we'll see how easily that comes off. Yep, comes right off with the Windex. All right, this board is ready to be reassembled, and then we can get looking at that really cool piece that was included with this that I did not mention in the last episode. Do you remember when I did my first video about this computer, when it was so generously donated to the channel? And I was unboxing it, and this happened. Hey, Commodore VIC-20 price list. Well, I didn't give it a second thought, and here is that Commodore VIC-20 price list. I'm used to this in computers. They always send you a little booklet or a little sheet telling you all of the really cool things you can buy, the accessories, like this one has the VIC-20 system hardware and peripherals. So it's got the VIC-20, which you've obviously just purchased, Commodore data set, the 1540 single disk drive, the graphic printer, the modem, joystick, 2-player game paddles, memory expansion cards, 3K, 8K, and 16K, interface card, an RS-232C terminal interface, and there's even more. There's recreational games on cartridge. There's all these different video games you can buy, like Vic Avenger, Jupiter Lander, Midnight Drive. It's all the stuff that you love to read when you first get your computer and you're looking and like, I want that, I want that, I want that. Oh, and also, just a little aside, this home calculation program with Personal Finance 2, all those, that's this right here. That's what that looks like. Let me just zoom out here a little bit. So this is one of the original packs that you could buy. This is 6 cassette pack with Personal Finance 1 and 2, loan mortgage calculator, VIC typewriter, word processor with typing tutor, home inventory, and an expense calculator. So yeah, it's just, there we go. So just a little aside, I'm just a little off track here. So the little bit of interesting stuff about this is what was printed on the back. And this was something that was pointed out to me by Robin from 8-Bit Show and Tell, who was one that actually got me in contact to allow this to be donated to my channel. So on the back here we have product shipping specifications. Now, from what Robin tells me, this is not normally printed on the back of these pamphlets. So as you can see, for a master pack, if you're buying a VIC-20, you get 4 of them. It weighs 42 pounds. The packing is 26.5 by 18 by 12.5 inches, and it's 3.45 cubic feet. Then it's got reshipper packs, and then individuals. For a VIC-20, weighs 10 pounds, 17.5 by 13 by 5.5 inches, 0.72 cubic feet. And it's got, for all the different product numbers down here, how many you would be buying at a time in a master pack, how big the packaging would be, and how big each individual one is. So that makes me believe that possibly the computer that was in this box was not meant as a computer to be sold to the public. It was probably meant for being a display computer at a computer shop, so that the person, obviously with the shop, could see what the shipping specifications, if they ordered stuff, would be. Anyways, that's just an interesting little piece of oddity. I mean, I don't know a lot about Commodore with these things. I think I have one other copy of one of these, and I'm Not sure where it is, and I don't know if it has this on the back. But according to Robin, who is a lot more knowledgeable than me with the Commodore, that this is a little bit more of an oddity. So there it is. Before we get to playing any games, I guess I've got to do a little bit more testing on this just for the sake of completeness. And we are going to start with the Commodore cassette player. I don't have any games. Well, I do have some games on cassette, but they're on blank cassettes. I've used my... I did a video a while ago where I show you how to take a TAP file and turn it into a regular music file so you can record it onto a tape, and then it'll work in a Commodore cassette player. Well, I have a problem where I'm horrible at labeling my blank cassettes. So I've got a pile of blank cassettes with Coco programs on them, and VIC-20 programs, C64 programs, and basically other computers. So we're going to go with one of the tapes that I showed you earlier, and that is going to be the wonderful, exciting world of expense calendars. Why? Because it's the first one I grabbed. All right, it found something, so that's a good sign. Although it says 5K calendar, I wonder if I need a expansion pack with this. I never read any of the instructions, so I guess we'll find out if I run out of memory. Oh, looks like it loaded. Load, store, edit, calendar. Well, let's go with calendar. Month 4. Year 25. Well, it's showing me 1925, which is wrong, but okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, but anyways, as we can see, it did load from the cassette. So that is working. That is good. So, time for the next thing. So, the next thing I'm going to do is... Well, as you can see, I'm using my Penultimate Plus cartridge. I'm going to exit to BASIC. And as you can see, I've got 28,159 bytes free, so I have an expansion in there. And I am using my 1541 Pi driver. And on it, I have a bunch of VIC-20 discs. Here's one, Cavern Runner. Let's try that. See if the disk drive cable input is working. So, load. And we're searching, and it says ready. Well, it's doing something. The red light is on the disk drive, so yes, there we go, Cavern Runner. Okay, we are way off the screen here. This is a bit of a problem when you're loading from disk, because a lot of these games are European, so they don't quite show up right on an American or Canadian, as it is. Game. Oh, I do have fire. I don't know what I'm doing, but the disk drive does work. So we'll call this a success. So we have tested the Pi 1541, which is a disk drive. I don't have any actual disks for my VIC-20, but that works exactly the same as a disk drive. And we have tested out the tape drive. We know the cartridge port works, and we know the keyboard works. So that makes this not only the cleanest VIC-20 that I own, but also it's 100% working. Not the only one that's 100% working that I own, but it is 100% working. So that begs the question of, what game have I been playing on this VIC-20? Which game have I been enjoying? Well, it's on the Penultimate Plus cartridge here. This is of course, the Penultimate Plus 1 cartridge. I do still have to get my hands on that second one, but the game I have been quite enjoying is called Key Quest. So it's a maze game, much in the way of like Tutankhamun. So you're the little red guy there at the side, and you're running around collecting as many treasures as you can. Ah, and I died going through the warp. Okay, well, I'm just going to play this for a while now. There we go, 100% working, and if I do say so myself, that is one beautiful looking machine. It hardly took any cleaning to get it into that shape. It is just a lovely machine, and there is immense amounts of gratitude coming towards Stephen for donating that to the channel. It's going to be cherished. All right, so one thing about it is I have not been a Commodore collector for long. My very first Commodore that I ever got was only a few years ago. So I'm not sure how unusual that shipping label is, or that shipping manifest thing is on the back of the pamphlet. From what I heard, it's not that common. And I heard that from Robin at 8-Bit Show and Tell, so I am going to trust him because he has been a lifelong Commodore person. But I'm interested, have you seen one of those before? Have you seen the pamphlet that had the shipping information, the weights and everything on the back? So yeah, you can just throw that down in the comments. All right, well, that is that for the video so far this week. Don't forget that, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have started a Patreon, so check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget the like, the subscribe, and the comment, and all that YouTube-y stuff is always greatly appreciated and helps the channel out a lot. But until next time, I will see you later.